This keyboard really looks like it comes straight from deep space. This is the Yunzii AL65, a 60% keyboard with aluminum case, unstoppable, and it costs $130. I know it's not just cheap and the price might turn up your nose, but trust me, it's not as crazy as it seems at first glance. The form factor is really spot on. The layout is super compact without this sharp separation you often see, especially in the arrow keys area. The result is clean and tidy. From an aesthetic standpoint, it has a square design but at the same time really unique, out of the ordinary, but definitely doesn't go unnoticed. The case is all aluminum, and beside this white version there is also the completely black one. The part that struck me the most is that thin strip of a translucent plastic material that separates the top from the bottom part. It goes all around the perimeter, and from there the RGB lighting spreads. But the real showstopper is on the front. The large hollow pattern is simply spectacular. Connectivity-wise, it supports a triple connection, wired, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi. The battery life is impressive thanks to the 8000 mAh battery, 36 hours with RGB LEDs on, even 130 hours with a LED off. Plus, with QMK VIA support we can customize it however we want. The build quality is really solid with a weight just over 1.05 kilograms. The matte coating is well made and is also particularly resistant to fingerprint. Most of keycaps are well made, most cause we have these white ones here made of PBT with cherry profile, and they have a well-defined texture that offers good grip during typing. The problem is that you can say the same for these transparent keycaps installed in this area. Their transparency doesn't allow them to be made with the same construction technique, and on top of they are completely smooth. When you type, you immediately feel a marked difference compared to the others. It's a bit annoying, I won't hide it from you. Fortunately, in the package we'll find alternative keycap set. We can get an entirely white configuration or a white one with some light blue accent. This way we can have the same tactile feeling across the entire keyboard. Both option set combinations solve this problem, but the point is they create another one. Namely, they make you lose a bit of sense of the concept behind the design, the transparency of the keycaps. Maybe it would have been better to use keycaps that aren't completely transparent but semi-translucent with a slight texture, so as to maintain the visual effect but improve the typing experience. In short, nice idea, a bit less so the final result. One of the things I like most about the Yunzii AL65 is that it's completely unstoppable. This means we can mount practically any switch from 2 to 5 pin without problems. At purchase, we can choose between a couple of options, literally 2. I want to try the variant with the Milky V2. These switches have an interesting design, transparent housing on top and solid underneath. They offer 2.0 plus minus 0.5 mm pre-travel, 3.6 mm total travel, 30 grams force of a minimum force, a maximum force of a 50 gram force, and an operating force of a 40 plus minus 10 gram force. But what really impressed me is the attention to the acoustic. The switches come pre-lubricated from the factory as well as the stabilizer, and they have also added sound dampening material between stabilizer and the switches to better control the sound. You can see they talked about it. Between two layers of foam we find the PCB, this time white, not green like in the AL80, which I was perplexed about since it clashed with the rest of keyboard. So good job Yunzii. It's not mounted directly on the case but on a gasket mounting system with silicone dampeners. They are not super thick, but they work perfectly. If you press anywhere you immediately see how well this system works. It's not exaggerated but not non-existent either. I really like it, and the sound produced by the AL65 is essentially talky. I have to be honest, Yunzii AL65 is really one of those keyboards you don't easily forget. As soon as you see it, you immediately understand there is something special. The design is so distinctive that you recognize it from miles away, especially for this light signature. Simply spectacular, real showstopper of the entire keyboard. But it's not just beautiful to look at. When you pick it up, you immediately feel the quality. The aluminum case conveys that feeling of solidity that makes you understand you have a well-made product in your hands. The only flaw, if you want to call it that, is the difference in texture between the transparent keycaps and the normal ones. Maybe I am the only who thinks in this way. What struck me most was the attention to the technical detail. The Gascan mounting system works great, and you can really see they worked hard to optimize the acoustic. The result is heard and is very good. At the end of the day, the AL65 is a 60% that does its job excellently. And let's talk numbers. $130 for this entire package seems more than reasonable to me. In fact, you often find it around $100, sometimes even under. And here it becomes a real deal. If you're curious, we will find the all useful links down below. And as always, huge thanks for watching. I will see you all again in the next one.